So in my previous lecture, I have covered the conceptual part related with service-oriented analysis and designing. We have already seen the different phases of service-oriented analysis and different phases involved in service-oriented design. After that, in my previous video, we have discussed one case study, and the name of the case study is timesheet submission process. So today I'm demonstrating, practically I'm showing you the prototype, which is again based on timesheet submission process. So if you have not seen my previous video, please go and visit that particular video so that you will get the idea. It's a part 2 of service oriented analysis and designing case study timesheet submission process. So in my previous video, I have shown you that how the problem statement is again analyzed and designed. And after that, these are the finding of our analysis and designing. So timesheet submission business process uh, divided into three different steps. So first step is what? Comparing recorded hours with billed hours. So recorded hours information is taken from timesheet table. Billed hour information is taken from invoice table. Then confirm authorization information is taken from timesheet table. Compare weekly hour limit. So weekly hour limit information is taken from employee table with hours recorded. So hours recorded information is taken from timesheet. So you require different entities, different tables for retrieving or for executing these business processes. And when these three business processes execute successfully, then only the timesheet is accepted. So this is what the exact flow of our service, timesheet submission service. And if one of the uh, step or condition is not satisfied, not executed successfully, then the timesheet is rejected. So here I am showing you five different queries with the help of MS Access. So for prototyping, I am using MS Access, and in MS Access, I am showing you all the five steps. The first is what? Comparing the recorded hours with billed hours. So how to retrieve that data from the database. Then how to again retrieve the data for confirm the authorization. Then how to retrieve the data for comparing the weekly hour limits with hours recorded. And if the timesheet is accepted, then the accepted timesheet report. If the timesheet is rejected, then rejected timesheet report. So I have designed some queries for testing this type of this timesheet submission business processes. So for that, I have used the MS Access. So I am showing you the MS Access as a prototyping tool for testing our services, testing our service oriented analysis and design related with timesheet submission process. So see here, for timesheet submission process, so for timesheet submission process, I have used some tables. The first table is required for storing the employee information. So I have taken one employee table. So I'm showing you the design of employee table. So this is what the design view of employee table. So employee table contained employee ID, employee name, address, weekly hour limit, employee category, and per hour charges. So this is what the output of this employee table. So employee table, I have added few record for testing. So in prototyping approach, I have created some databases, tables, and to test these tables, to retrieve the data from the tables, I have inserted some dummy records. So first table is employee table. So second table I have used as a timesheet table. So I am showing you the records of timesheet table. So timesheet table contain timesheet ID, employee ID, working date, recorded hours, overtime hours, authorization status, appointment ID, and timesheet status. So if I'm showing you the design view of this timesheet table. So timesheet content, timesheet ID, employee ID, working date, recorded hours, overtime hours, authorization, then appointment ID and timesheet status. So second table I have used. The third table is the customer table. So I have taken 6 customers. The design for this customer table is like this: customer ID and customer name. And the next table I have used for this particular timesheet submission process is the invoice table. So invoice table. So next is the invoice table. So invoice table contain invoice ID, timesheet ID, hours billed, then billing period like this. So I'm showing you the design view of this invoice table. So invoice table contain 4 attributes: invoice ID, invoice timesheet ID, hours billed, and billing period. So this is what the invoice table I have used. Then I have created one employee history table. So I'm showing you that employee history table. And employee history table, the design view of employee history table. So employee history ID, employee ID, and comment. In case of acceptance, nothing is again recorded, but in case of rejection, the comment is again recorded. Means message is sent to the user, and that message is again stored. The employee history table is updated. So I am showing that employee history information in employee history table. So the design view of employee history table. So employee history ID, and comment. And these are the records. 3 records I have stored. And the last table is appointment schedule table. So appointment schedule table contain appointment ID, appointment date, customer ID, required hours. Uh, So see here, we have covered the design view of this appointment table. So appointment schedule table, appointment ID, appointment date, customer ID, and required hours. So total 6 tables I have used for timesheet submission process. For timesheet submission process, I have used 6 different tables. So these 6 different tables I have created, I have stored the record, and now our aim is to retrieving the record from these 6 different tables based on our timesheet requirement. So the first input which is retrieved from the timesheet table is compare recorded hours with billed hours. So recorded hours is a part of timesheet table, and billed hour is a part of invoice table. So let us see. I'm showing you. So I'm closing the table structure. So see here. So compared with recorded hours with billed hours. So compare recorded hours. So here recorded hours are also retrieved. and build hours are also required. To get this type of information, here I want the table structure like this. So I'm showing you the design view. So here I have joined these two tables, timesheet table and invoice table. So timesheet table contain timesheet ID, employee ID, working date, recorded hours, overtime hours, authorization, appointment ID, and timesheet status. So recorded hours, we want the recorded hours, and these recorded hours is again compared with the hours billed. So the primary key is what? Timesheet, and this timesheet is again taken as a foreign key in invoice. So from timesheet table, I am retrieving timesheet ID. From timesheet table, I am retrieving working date. From the timesheet table, I am retrieving recorded hours, and only the hours billed attribute is retrieved from the invoice table. So when we combine these particular two tables, then I have identified the attributes required for processing this particular business process, compare recorded hours with billed hours. And from that, the decision is taken, acceptance or rejection. So see here, recorded hours and the hours billed. If the recorded hours match with hours billed, then in first case, the timesheet is accepted. In second case, timesheet accepted. Third, accepted. Fourth, accepted. But see here, the fifth record. Recorded hours 8 and hours billed 7. So the recorded hours not match with hours billed. So reject the timesheet because of recorded hours are not matched with the hours billed. And the next thing is what? The 5 5. So the matched that record means recorded hours with billed hours. So only one record means record number 5 is rejected in the first case. So out of these six record, the timesheet ID fifth is again rejected when we comparing this recorded hours with billed hours. Then the second requirement is compare confirm authorization. So confirm authorization uh, taken so timesheet ID, recorded hours, overtime hours. If the overtime hour is there, then you check the customer is given the authorization yes or no. So here in record number timesheet 2 and timesheet 3, the overtime hour is again considered, and that authorization is also taken from the customer. So that timesheet is accepted. But here in record number means timesheet ID 4, recorded hours 8, overtime hours 1, but that overtime hours, the authorization is not taken from the customer. So here, the second condition, the in second condition, one record is again means rejected because of this recorded hours not means for overtime hours, the confirmation means authorization is not taken from the customer. So from the first query, one record is again rejected. From the second query, one record is again rejected. So let us see the third query. So comparing weekly hour limits with the hours recorded. So weekly hour limit with the recorded hours. So recorded hours 8, overtime 0. So weekly hour limit is 9. So less than 9, yes. In first case, the recorded hour plus overtime hours not exceed these weekly hour limits. Then in second case, 8 plus 1 overtime means 9, and the weekly hour limit is 9. So equal to or less than weekly hour limit accepted. In second case, 5 plus 1, 6, and the weekly hour limit is 5. So the third number record is rejected because of the weekly hour limit. So weekly hour limit, because of that weekly hour limit, the record number, the timesheet ID 3 is rejected. The next record 8 plus 1 9 8 9. Okay, so all the remaining records are again accepted. Only the timesheet ID 3 is rejected. So timesheet ID 3 is rejected in the third case. Then fourth timesheet is rejected because of not authorization, and fifth is again rejected because of the hours, recorded hours not matched with billed hours. So out of these six record, the three records are again accepted, three timesheets accepted and three timesheets rejected. So let us see these accepted timesheet report. So see here, the appointment ID or timesheet ID 1, 2 and 6 accepted, and for that we required the design view is like this. So this is what the database structure, and from the database structure we are retrieving the fields. Here the table name, here the fields, and these are the views. So three records are accepted. Here you can get the SQL command also. Then the rejected report, timesheet rejected reports. So the three timesheet records are again rejected. The uh, record number, appointment number 3, 4, and 5. And see here, the reasons, the employee history table is again updated, and that employee history table contained the comment or the message. So this record is again rejected, rejection notification due to hours limit. So weekly hour limit, X means that recorded hour plus overtime hours exceed that more than weekly hour limit. Then the next record is rejected due to the no authorization. So authorization is not taken from the customer. And in the next case, recorded hours not matched with billed hours. So in this way, the three records are again rejected. And if I have seen the, if I want to show you the design view, so in design view, you will get the entities, and these entities are again related with each other. So total 5 different tables or entities required for this timesheet submission process. And here we have analyzed and design. So what we have analyzed and designed in the video number 1 or part 1. So we have tested our analysis and design with the help of prototype. So in my next lecture, I am showing you the development phase. So development phase, so I'm developing some of the web services with the help of ASP.NET. So in my next video lecture in part 3, I am showing you practical demonstration of the development phases. So today I am covering this much only. In the next lecture, I am showing you the practical demonstration. So prototype is again successfully executed. Now our main aim is to develop the actual system using the technology. So here I am using ASP.NET, Visual C Sharp. So with the help of that SQL Server, I am showing you in my next video lecture. I am showing you the practical demonstration. So today I am covering this much only.